Good morning, everyone. So, today, instead of doing an update vlog or whatever, I figured I'd share a story of some experiences I've had with you while I've been in this house. So, a lot of people are probably going to call bullshit, but, whatever, that's your opinion. This is stuff that's actually happened to me. So, a few summers ago, my room used to be upstairs before I moved it to the basement, so like this is our living room right now. It's literally right down the hall in the kitchen. And I will not in the kitchen, like at the end of the kitchen. I will probably do a video later, giving like an out to give basically a tour of the house and show you where everything is, so you can have like a kind of understanding where stuff is when I say, oh well, I was in this room. But anyway, I digress. My room was upstairs, and it's summertime, so it's freaking hot as hell upstairs. So my parents were like, why don't you go sleep downstairs on the couch? Because we have a basement that's one giant room, another narrow hallway that leads to where my bedroom is now. And so there's a couch in that room, and we have one of those old turn dial phones, like the ones that you have to like turn the dial, and it goes like and you have the two little spokes that hold the phone up, which is like, I guess the mechanism is you lift it up and it's like, oh, okay, the phone's now in use, and you put it down and it puts the pressure back down on the phone or something. I don't know how it functions, don't ask me. But so we had one of those phones, and I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm laying there trying to fall back asleep, and I just hear and the phone's dialing, but it's 12 o'clock at night. I know everybody in the house is asleep, so I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna turn the other way and just pretend that didn't happen. So that was the first thing that I had ever have happened to me in that house. Then the next time any of that thing like that happened was actually the bathroom downstairs, because I'd gotten in the habit of when I would go take a shower, I'd shut the lights off and just use my iPod for light. So it's like, okay, I'd listen to my iPod anyway, so it's like, okay, I'll leave the iPod on, I won't shut it off, so I'll have a little bit of light. And our shower door is like grainy, so you can't see outside of it to make any sense of anything. And the light from the iPod, when I first got in, it like shines throughout the whole room, and you can blatantly see that there's light there. But at one point when I turned to look at the door, the light was literally just a sliver at the top and then on the other side, and there was just a giant shadow in the middle of it. And my first thought was, okay, what the fuck is that? So I had decided, you know what, maybe I was just seeing things. I think that's my cat meowing, but I'm going to ignore that. And I was just like, maybe I'm just seeing things. I have to try this again. So the next time, I did the same thing, and the same thing happened. There was a shadow in the middle of the door again. I don't know what it was, I don't know anything else about it, but there was a blatant shadow there, because the light, once again, was just a sliver at the top, when before it was lighting up straight across in the room. But then I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe those past two times were complete bullshit. Let's try this a third time. And the third time, I watched the door, and I turned away for 1 second to go grab the shampoo, and I turned back. Bottom left-hand corner of the mirror, plain as day, there was a man's face right there. I'm just like, nope. Never happening ever again. I'm done. Nope. Nope. Never. And then, with my bedroom in the basement, is when the next thing happened, I think. God damn it, cats are running everywhere. But, next time when my room was in the basement, and I'm just laying in bed, like, trying to fall asleep. I'm, like, probably half asleep, and I'm hearing voices in my head, and they're saying, don't open your eyes. It'll all be over soon. I forget what the last one said, but it was saying something else entirely, and I was just like, it was saying something along those lines as well, and I'm just like, whatever, half asleep. Then Like, I'm pretty sure this was, like, my imagination and everything, but it was creepy as shit anyway. Uh, I'm seeing myself laying in the bed, and there are jaws coming out at me. Like, I'm physically seeing the jaws and the sharp teeth just going down towards me. I snap my eyes awake. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna sleep well tonight. But the voices were like plain as day. Like, I'm still conscious. I still know I'm trying to fall asleep, but I'm hearing the voices plain as day. Then the next time something like that happened, me and my friend I had my friend come over, and I was like, all right, so, you want to head to bed now? I mean, you can either go in my room and I have a bed set up in there that you can sleep in there, or you can sleep on the couch out here. And he's like, yeah, I'll sleep on the couch here. I'm like, all right, well, just so you know, some weird stuff's been happening. And as soon as I say that, we turn towards the door because the knob on the door turned. And we were just sat there staring at like, okay. And I went upstairs to check. My parents were both in bed asleep. And nobody else was in the house except for us, who was awake. So the door handle just turned and then stopped. And he's like, yeah, let's go sleep in your room tonight. Because the way my room's set up is I have a bed that's on like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like, you know the pull-out beds? It's like one of those. And I have a mattress on the floor. So I'd sleep on the mattress on the floor, and that person takes that bed. So that's how I have it set up. And so there was that. My cats freak the fuck out whenever in the basement, and nowhere else in the house. Like, every time I go to bring my cat to the basement, she will literally fight tooth and nail to not go down there. Like, nobody's business. And then when I let her out to go back upstairs, she doesn't go out unless someone's with her. Like, I have to walk her back upstairs. And I notice whenever she walks by the closet that's right outside of my room, she moves all the way to the other side of the hall, dancing to the side, like moving literally as she's walking to the side while she's physically moving forward. And like, she will sometimes jump back to the side and just sprint down the hall. I'm like, that's not normal by any means. Recently, first time I had one of my friends sleep over, it was me, that same friend that we had the doorknob thing happen to, and my other friend, who it was his first time ever staying over my house. And we're all down in my room, because my room is like the only place we're allowed to go for a sleepover when it's time for bed. So my parents are like, yeah, the living room, no, we have to work tomorrow, so you need to be downstairs. So we're all in there, and we all fall asleep. The next morning, my friend's like, yeah, so I heard the phone go off last night. The old-fashioned phone. And me and my other friend, the one that had seen the doorknob turn, just kind of looked at me like, really? It's like, yeah, I heard the phone go off last night. Now, that phone, we have, in the time that I've lived here, we have never had it plugged in, and it's never worked. But to hear him say that he heard the phone go off, I'm prone to believe it with the stuff I've encountered in this house. Because, like, I do not trust this house. Nothing has happened to me recently, but I get the feeling that, like, it was, like, I'm just paranoid right now because I'm so afraid that something's going to happen. And I kind of want to get out of here, like, as soon as I can. Mainly because I feel just uncomfortable every night when I'm in this house. Because every night before I go to sleep, I hear 4 scratching, like claws scratching on a wall. I'm not sure if it's like mice in the wall or whatever, but either way it makes me uncomfortable every single night without fail. As soon as I shut the light off and close my eyes for the first time, I hear scratching at one wall at the front of my room, one at the back, and one at either side. And it just freaks me out. And that was actually one night that I was falling asleep that I was just chilling out, just putting my head down to go to sleep, and there were leaves out. My room is on the basement floor, so it's literally like the ground floor of the house. So I'm on par with the backyard, which is at a slope. So I was falling asleep that night. I just hear leaves start to crunch like someone's walking in it, and then it just stops right outside my window, and I'm like, okay, just don't look, pull the covers over your head, and just go to sleep. Don't worry about anything else. And then I heard the leaf crunches get closer. I'm like, nope, don't look, just sleep. It's fine now. Don't pay any means. But yeah, those are the experiences that I've had. Aside from like the various footsteps down the hallway that my parents are like, oh, you're just hearing the furnace. I'm like, no, I'm not buying it. The furnace does not sound like footsteps. But those are the experiences I've had in my house, and the fact that I'm not the only one that's seen them happen, kind of creeps me out a bit. But yeah, so I figured I'd just share that with you guys instead of doing an update, because, let's face it, this is a lot more interesting. In the 4 minutes I have left, I could probably do a whole update. Yeah, it's 2014. My aunt's in the hospital. She was doing not great, and she was given like 50-50 chance when they had first gone in, but she's doing a whole hell of a lot better now. She's actually talking. She's back to her normal self. She just has a few short-term memory problems. That's about it. Yeah, look, that's pretty much my whole update. Great. That's really all I have to talk about. Yeah, I have nothing else to contribute. But, hope you enjoyed the video, because, I mean, that's just stuff that's actually happened to me, and I'm not making any of this up. I'm hoping that either tomorrow or later today, I am going to make a video of showing you around my house. Because, sorry, because that'll give you like a little layout, and you'll get to see what the house looks like. Because really, the house itself, some parts of it look really nice, because the parts that look pretty nice we actually stay to, but then the parts we don't go to are like, you just look around and you're like, yeah, I no. But yeah, so that's the whole thing, and figured I'd chat out with you guys. Hope you enjoy, and let me know what you guys want to see, because I will just be doing pretty much updates and stuff until I can figure out a way to actually get the stuff done. Because I'm having serious lag with all the stuff, and it's probably because all the games I just downloaded from Steam. But I will try my best to figure out a way to get by that, even if it means I need to get another computer and make that my recording computer, and like if I do live streams, make this the computer that I monitor the chat with and everything. So I will be trying to work on that stuff. But I just figured, for now, while I'm doing stuff like that, I'll share stories and other various things. Yeah, just let me know in the comments below what you thought or what you'd like to see, and I will try to cater to that. I will see you next time.